Hello again, Tigers. This is Mr. Pope with today's Magic Minute. On the screen next to me, you'll see a very important person in our community. This is the Honorable James M. Douglas. And Professor Douglas, he studied law at Texas Southern University and at Stanford. He's a distinguished professor of law at the Thurgood Marshall School of Law at Texas Southern University, and he is the current president of the Houston branch of the NAACP. And in case you're not familiar, that's the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. How are you doing, Professor Douglas?
I am doing great. How are you this morning, Mr. Pope?
We're doing great, and we're very excited to have you on. And if you're ready, then we're going to go ahead and launch right into your Magic Minute.
I'm ready.
Okay, first off, what was the biggest hurdle you had to overcome in your path to becoming a lawyer?
Probably myself.
Okay.
I did not have the greatest study habits in the world. I always did very well in school, all the way through college. And I got to law school and realized I was going to have to change my game plan. So when I say myself, it was making the decision that I was willing and ready to devote the time to my academic studies that I should.
That's a big decision, a big realization to come to for a lot of kids.
It is.
Yes.
It is. And I knew all along that I had bad study habits, but I always made good grades because it didn't take much for me to learn. But I knew that at some point I was going to have to change, and it didn't happen until I got to law school, and I realized, you have to change the way you study.
Right.
You have to spend more time in the library, more time studying at home than you have, because the game has changed, and so the way you approach your game has to change.
Right. Got it. Okay. Next question. If you could go to dinner with any three historical figures, whom would you choose?
Thurgood Marshall, Martin Luther King, and probably Frederick Douglass.
Those are good ones. Those are good ones. They would be popular at a lot of people's dinner tables in that scenario.
Well, actually, I met two of them. I met King and I met Thurgood.
That's very impressive. Very impressive.
But I didn't have a chance to meet Frederick. He was already dead.
Y'all just barely missed each other.
Right.
Okay. As a leader in the Houston community, you inspire many people. Who inspires you?
Probably as a community leader, the person who probably inspired me most was Reverend Bill Lawson, pastor of Will Avenue Baptist Church. When I was a student at Texas Southern University, worked with him a lot on trying to integrate the movie theaters and but most of all, trying to integrate Houston Independent School District.
Awesome. So next question. What kind of legacy do you hope to leave behind for the generations who follow you?
He was a person who loved everyone. I think human relationships are more important than anything else. And so I want to be known as a person who did not dislike any person on the face of this earth. Awesome.
That's a good credo to live by. So what has been your greatest reward in working with the Houston branch of the NAACP?
I think the greatest reward is that we've been able to do a number of things to move the needle forward in order to bring about equality for minorities in this country.
Okay, that's excellent. And I know you guys work really hard to do that, and I applaud you for those efforts in doing that. So go ahead.
I was going to say it's not easy, but it's necessary.
Yes, sir. I agree with you. Okay, Professor Douglas, last question, and this is the most difficult one of them all. What day is it?
it is Tiger Day, both for Texas Southern University Tigers and the
I didn't understand that.
The Travis Tigers.
I was disrupted by my phone.
Okay.
Both for the Texas Southern University Tigers and the Travis Tigers. Go Tigers.
Well, we appreciate you coming on with us, Professor Douglas, and hope you have a great day and enjoy your time there at Texas Southern.
Thank you for having me.